Welcome to Albion TV War Report, your source of live battle coverage featuring the top guilds and alliances of Albion Online. Today is the 26th of January 2022. I am your host, the Shozen One, and I am joined today by Robinhoodrs on the play-by-play and Bogul on the camera. We are currently on a 15-minute delay, so if you have reports of live action, please contact us in-game. Our names are the Shozen One and Robinhood GM. Robin, what are we watching right now?
We're currently well underway with one done defending or attacking the territory here in driving cross versus the POE Alliance POE 2 also on the battlefield, and we're currently witnessing the changes of patch 4 as it was launched today. So very interesting for everybody involved today and the couple days going forward as everyone tries to figure out what the meta is and the different things that they need to switch up. But currently PoE Scoia'tael on the eastern side here, one done are getting forced up into the tower. Territory defense is disabled here, and it's going to be a massive push. The fight back continues though. A lot of animatic staff so coming out for Scoia'tael's front line. One done getting shifted all the way back to tower. We got CIR now crashing in on the western side. It's going to be all she wrote here shortly as one done just stand there and take it. Unfortunately, can't get their DPS out onto the advancing forces of PoE here. PoE coming in strong here today in driving cross. PoE Mainzerg and PoE 2 focusing on the western side of the map today. Not sure if they're going to shift back up to the northeast side. We know Trap is out and about today. They're fully masked up. I believe
Trap being
and
the old girls alliance.
Yes. DIOR is also out and about as well. So, yeah, it's all kicking off here. I'm just really curious to see how things change. Just witnessing that fight alone, I could definitely tell that the hard CC was hardly there. A lot of people just walking through inertia rings and stuff as well. It was quite interesting to see.
Walking through inertia rings, huh?
Yeah.
Is that hitting and like are they still dropping multiple inertia rings and causing them to stop working basically?
Yeah, unless they're using Graveguard boots, that could be that's the counter to inertia ring, right? So it all depends what the player's using. I'm pretty sure inertia ring counts as something that gets diminishing return, though it is a ground slowing effect, so I'm not 100% sure. I remember a couple of weeks back when we were doing the staging playtest, we were talking to Quokey about it. There's actually different slows when it's like ground effect or if it's like a target effect and stuff like that. It's a lot of information that isn't out there and not a lot of people know about. It's something that I requested to Retroman to be posted onto the wiki to give us like a rundown. Hopefully we get that maybe soon, because it's you know, it's a lot of info that needs to be known.
Yeah, there's a lot of info that seems to be hidden in Albion, and that is one of our biggest complaints as people who have to basically teach the players of Albion a lot of things. There's so many things that are just hidden, so, like the Crystal League. How do you find that if you're
I'm
a new
not
player?
sure, but I found some more content for us over here on Official Mantra as Zero Rent versus... who is this? Surf Alliance here in Dry Top Riverbed. So the action underway over here once again versus these two alliances. It's been a back and forth constantly over the last couple weeks. It's been enjoyable to watch. Let's see how the action unfolds here. Cluster Q is not activated, and Official Mantra is going in for an engagement here right into the heartland of that clump. No follow-up CC or DPS, unfortunately, for that engagement, even though it's a nasty little soul-side knock-up. Official, he was getting fished there. He nearly met his demise. Starting to edge up his DPS, playing a little bit farther back than usual. They're finally coming out of the territory now, out into the open field. There's no real choke points around anywhere at the moment. Once again, finding that engagement. Nice little deletion. 1 or 2 members going down on the front lines of Surf here. You're though playing a little bit scared or a little bit snaked back. Not sure if they. Oh, that's why there was another group to the
There's another,
southwest
yeah,
side.
I was gonna say it does seem to be like this is not the only group that they're facing off against, so they're gonna be a little spread out as they try to weave back and forth to keep both flanks occupied until they can find out who they want to clap into. But right now, Surf is also very spread out as well.
Yeah, this is normally we see them go for the choke points and play off the choke points. Zero Rent even coming out of territory, they need to be careful on this little pathway here. There comes the Grail Seekers. Surf see
Gonna
it.
get caught.
That
Yep.
was a bad call. Bad play there, and Zero Rent are going to pay the price as they lose their shock core and multiple different front lines, and Clothy's getting caught off guard. We'll have to find ourselves a new tank POV. If I can get one real quick.
Surf is fighting another group of, I want to say it's also Zero Rent to their eastern flank here.
Okay, let's
And they're
see if we
moving to
can
the east. This is the Notorious Army.
All right,
Kind of getting pushed very hard. Dorksock is a Grove Keeper. He's a little behind. I'm going to try to find a better one.
I got us one. I got us one in the chat right there.
I love these names. So
Endobe.
Dorksock.
Endobe. He is looking for his Grove Keeper engagement here. Zero Rent just flooding Surf now from all directions. They're finding multiple different clumps here. Those guys getting locked in place, but the Innomatic staff was down for both sides. Surf or Zero Rent actually going to lose one or two on that engagement. Surf going to be able to stabilize for now. It looks like they're going to go for and push onto the western side. Look how spread out Zero Rent is. Finally, it looks like backup Cape Dancers have arrived for Surf. Looks like Zero Rent also having reinforcements come in. Some big clumps coming in. Judicator Helm not keeping those boys locked in place at all. And look how quickly people were able to get out of those clumps. Just
Yeah, they are
walking out.
able to escape. This is a heavy change to the way CCs are working here. We did see that one nice catch in the choke there as people were going into the territory, but that was just one CC.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a weird one. Zero Rent coming in for their engagement. Actually, only tickling the front lines over in the north side. RPOV looking for that Grove Keeper slam. Not going to find anything as of yet. Walking through multiple different glacials. Grove Keeper ease onto a tree. I'm not sure if I'm using the controls at the moment or if he is. But same play style as me. I like it. Grove Keepering the tree is the play.
It's good to hit a tree occasionally. It reminds you what you're using for a weapon. Wood on wood action.
Exactly. Bit of wood on wood. Zero Rent stacking up hard on this northwest side here. Some nice snare charges followed up by the Grove Keeper. Look at that. That Zero Rent Grove Keeper literally nothing.
Did nothing.
Nothing.
It did nothing. That was, well, you saw him stunned before that, and he comes out of the stun, gets hit again, and nothing happened.
Yep.
I'm wondering how long it takes before diminishing returns resets.
Yes. One thing I can comment
Not
on.
seeing any. Go ahead.
So I was actually speaking to Retroman the other day about slows. Forge hammers, because their effect for the weapon itself on the E, so it's an AoE that slows. It actually doesn't do anything to diminishing returns. So while someone's in that area of effect constantly, they're not getting any DR. So you can like it's so it'd be the same for Guardian armors because that's an effect that also slows. So we may see a switch up
Staff
in
of
Forge
balance
hammers
as well.
may
Yep.
come into play here soon.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a number of weapons that have an area of effect around them that are slows. Like you're speaking of those two. You got the Staff of Balance as well. You
Yep.
could see more of that kind of gameplay where you're trying to slow the people around you and avoid those diminishing returns.
Yeah, it's definitely something that keep an eye out for. Staff of Balance could be a major play in ZVZs going forward. Obviously reduces healing received as well, so that's another big bonus.
What about the runes on the ground when you drop the silence rune?
They are because they're placeable, not like attached to you. If that makes sense.
Yep. So if it's a placeable or targetable effect, that will be affected by diminishing returns. But if it's one that is AOE around you for a time period or a channel, those ones will be unaffected.
Correct. And actually, we see who's that over there? Dauntless Druid. He's actually on the Forge Hammers for Surf right next to us right now. So it looks like some people have picked it up already. Interesting. Surf, though, back into the action here. Looks like a little bit hesitant to push the territory. Zero Rent have got their reinforcements coming in. It's a level 7 tower, and it's 4 minutes and 40 seconds until this territory can be claimed or pacified here up in Dry Top Riverbed. It's currently owned by Zero Rent, getting launched on by the Surf Alliance. So Surf need to try and get their men in there and assert some dominance. Time's dwindling down, and we've saw this in the past with these two groups. Both sides actually playing very hesitant and slow to get into the territories when territories are launched on. It seems like they're very, very scared of the guards, but they need to get in there and need to start doing something quickly.
Yeah, they need to make a play on this. 5 minutes left.
It's slowly trickling down. Do we have any other content elsewhere?
I am currently bopping around trying to find something, but so far, no.
Okay. Alrighty. Click on this content for now, then. Wondering if official Mantra back in play yet? He is. Maybe that's a better POV for us, as they're going to be defending territory. So we'll be switching sides on our POV.
Yep, he is just back to the fight now. I was just messaged by one of his teammates. Thank you, Miles.
Yeah, 3 minutes to go until territory can be pacified here for Zero Rent. Surf still not edging their way in. Finally, a couple members on the western side, but it looks like the full force isn't coming in. They're trying to get some bombs over the wall here. Going to connect with a couple camlands. That second camland not even doing anything to keep them locked in place. I believe we have a little bit of content over on Lukufka of War Gods as well. Shozen, if you could get us some info
I'm heading
on
over
that
there.
one.
Yep.
Sweet, thank you very much. Rent still holding strong defensive-wise, so Glacier with full staff. E's coming in, spreading slowly across the platform, tickling some of the DPS out, health bar, shall I say, of Zero Rent. Like official Mantra looking to maybe come out that eastern side once again. He's getting his boys of B1 over on the eastern side. He's waiting for the bomb to come in. Is he going to go for a full counter? Oh, I thought he was going to go in for it then.
Over here on Lukovka in a Willow Shade Mire, we do see GDL and War Gods mounting back up. It looks like they were fighting against a Nomad, who I am unfamiliar with. But they might even be working together, honestly, because they're just mounting up and leaving.
They are a brand new alliance that's been formed over the last couple of weeks. We actually do have multiple launches on their territories, and them launching on other territories up in that region of the map on the northwest side towards the Thetford portal. Nearly every single 1800 territory under attack.
Well, we know that you were over here before. Did you get to see these guys fighting somebody, and do you know who they were fighting against?
It was Nomad, yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right, I'm going to keep an eye on Nomad. I believe I saw some one done as well. Alone?
Yeah, Alone up there as well. I don't know if they're going to be teaming up with anyone. It could be a possibility. I'm hearing overcharges break over here in official Mantra.
Okay. I'm seeing 3 different groups over here currently. We have Nomad on territory, Alone over top of the territory, and then we have the other group down below. So.
Alrighty, Surf
36 for Nomad against GDL. That'll be interesting.
Alright, hopefully a little bit of action kicks off there soon. On the other hand, back over here, Surf still losing quite a few members as they get counter bombed. Zero Rent holding defensive position. 30 seconds until the territory can be pacified here for Zero Rent. No sign of Surf edging in as of yet. They are holding outside the territory, not looking to push in onto this level 32 disarray of Zero Rent here. Looks like Zero Rent actually may be pushing out onto the eastern side. Surf looking to go for a full push. Some big clumps coming in. Enigmatic staff, though, going to be keeping all those boys alive on that play. They need to be careful. Territory can now be pacified here or claimed, and Surf are going to go faux send mode, it seems like, on this eastern side. Applying some big pressure. The Galliclaps coming out, but finding no connections onto Zero Rent. Zero Rent able to stabilize very quickly and looking for their next turn and burn on this eastern side. Surf backing out already here. Nice defensive knock up there from the Surf tank. Nice Grovekeeper E. Enigmatic staff going to be keeping those boys alive. The Cowman, though, gets dragged. Can they keep that clump safe? They do. No follow-up DPS coming out. Surf looking for a return engagement, and then we see it. Zero Rent B1 have defended their territory in Dry Vein Riverbed. Objectives done. It's time to slay.
Well, Robin, speaking of objectives done there, it does look like Lukovka and the War Gods have pulled out of the territory after a not so advantageous engagement against that Nomad Alliance there. They did get turned away pretty quick and are on their mounts and running out.
Alrighty, interesting. Zero Rent are pushing out on this eastern side. I don't know what the western flank is looking like. It looks like Official Mantra playing a little bit hesitant, though. He's going to slowly edge back in to the territory itself, waiting for Surf to clump. Surf playing it very well on this eastern side, spreading out very well, looking for a nice engagement here. Defensives are down for the front line. Surf, though, could get clumped and dumped on a return. We're seeing those Cowlands coming out, but the Enigmatic staff going to keep this group alive once again, as the CC doesn't keep these boys locked in place for very long. And the DPS dropping needs to be a lot more quicker. So that could be another thing that people need to adjust their playstyle to. Obviously, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 countdowns, when people are dropping their DPS now onto clumps, they need to do it a lot quicker. And it looks like Surf have broken through the western side of the territory. And now Zero Rent have two sides to focus on, the southwest side and the eastern side. Let's see how they can survive this next engagement. It's going to be big. And it looks like Zero Rent are going to fall here as they retreat back. A lot of members just getting burnt. But the return, the energy shaper over the wall there from Sir, very nicely done. It's not going to be enough. Zero Rent are done here, it seems like, for the time being, unless they can get a regroup.
Well, I hope they do here, because I'm still just watching a lot of people move around the map. So far, not a lot of fights, lots of movement.
Yeah, I was expecting Trap and them to get quite a bit of action today. Obviously,
Over to Trap. Still haven't seen much over there.
Arcapeach has Cluster Q activated on him right now, heading towards a big blob on the northeast door. It is going to be POE heading on that towards that northeast door. A couple members of Bella Ella already trying to catch people off guard. They are going to catch a couple, but I don't think they have enough follow-up to get a deletion on the northeast door.
Yeah, I'm watching Noob Slayer, and he is on the other side of that, and other side of the door, I should say. And it looks like he's trying to work his way in as Arnak Alliance. Okay, maybe that's a Rat Alliance, new alliance. Okay.
A couple members of POE going to get caught off guard on the door as Arcapeach hunt them down. Noob Slayer just killing rats on the other side. Like POE full running. I don't think we had any hideout placements today, so I don't think there's any reason for them to fight. I didn't see any, I don't think. They are in, so POE's in Flamog Valley right now.
Yeah, I'm in Flamog Valley, and so far no action yet, just positioning more.
Yeah, looks like it. POE sitting here with a level 56 disarray debuff, so they do have numbers. They got numbers, that's for sure.
Yeah, they definitely have some numbers here today, Robin. World tour.
A catch me if you can situation.
Yeah, it's a very interesting that I keep seeing so many people out, but they're all just running in circles around each other.
Yep. Looks like Luxy is going to be launching onto a territory for tomorrow here in Timberslope Bridge. Yep, he's just launching on it right now. So, on him. I wonder if Idol's got any content going on down in Driving Confluence. Oh, they do. Nanitra? That one.
Yeah.
From Hadrian's Wall. We were spectating them yesterday. They're actually fighting Sun right now.
Nanatara, okay.
Nanatara, okay. Oh, some big clumps onto the choke point here. Sun coming in and demolishing the front line. It looks like Idol, though, looking for a return engagement, finding some good clumps, but the heals and defenses were down. The Galaclap a little bit too late on those clumps. Idol going to be able to stabilize, though, on the western side as the next wave. One done coming in from the southwest side. We have a freeway piece of content
here. Very
here.
effective three-way engagement there. Wow. That looks like a lot of people died in that. Fun times, fun times.
Indeed. Sun took a nasty beating there from that engagement from One Done. Idol lost quite a few members as well. We're going to just be chilling here on this little island here in the desert map to see what else is happening. Are they going to go push southeast? Let me see. One Done are changing right towards Idol right now. They're coming across the southeast side, so we'll stick on our POV for Hadrian's Wall. Okay. And Justice did try and engage. Nice defensive play there. He should have it up right now. He does find it. Damnation Pierces are coming in. Idol have people chasing rats to the north side. But they're going to be able to stabilize and look for a return engagement. Once again, some big DPS outputs, but a lot of the defenses coming out here for One Done. And it looks like they may just try and bully themselves across the choke point as they get a flank coming in on the northwest side as Overlords come in and hit the back lines of Idol. It's going to be all she wrote here as a perfect sandwich comes in.
Brutal, Robin. That's just absolutely brutal push by One Done here. Very effective, taking them right off of the point. And I'm wondering if it's now harder to slow down an engagement that's coming at you with these diminishing returns.
That's another good point here. Obviously, a lot of the time we will see a Grail Seeker slamming down.
Big boy content over here. We do have it finally happening as Trap is taking on Tamashi and Elevate over here in Flamog Fork. It does look like a very large battle as Bella Ella is on one side and then you have the rest of Trap on the other. Tamashi taking the battle to the east and just absolutely obliterating a group of Bella Ella like they weren't even paying it. Oh my.
And he just carries on walking through here.
Robin, I'm wondering if defending yourself is now very, very hard.
It looks like it. It looks like you cannot stand in a position and just wait. Like, you have to carry on moving. But look at this, the wraparound coming in. Trap from the southwest side, engaging onto the back lines of DIOR. It's a nice engagement. Are they going to be able to stabilize? Tamashi looking for a full push here on the western side. Isn't going to find it as his group is just getting pummeled into oblivion.
Three different sides are hitting Elevate right now. But I got to tell you, it looks on at least two of those sides they won.
Yeah,
significantly.
Elevate used multiple different shot callers in different groups, so it's not just one whole Zerg engaging at the same time. We also have Escalation here, which is another group that's going to be engaging off cooldowns, but it looks like Tamashi is getting full focused here. A lot of defensives coming down, a good soak, no deaths it seems like for DIOR, and they're going to both send it back onto the back lines of Trap. It's going to be a nasty little deletion there. Trap, it's like they're trapped here on that choke point. Tamashi, though, trying to wrap around it. It's like he has an opening here. Trap need to get out of that choke point on the northwest side. They are waiting for their next engagement here. Some big DPS happened. I believe that was a longbow just on the northwest side of my screen there. Engagement coming in over the wall. Tamashi holding, looking for a turn. Already out of that clump, unfortunately, for that turn there. Onto that group that was being over the wall. I'm actually going to be able to stabilize here. That mob's probably doing a lot more work than expected. Picking machine, trying to engage a big clump coming in on the eastern side. Fahrenheit wrapping around on the northwest side as well. DIOR need to get moving, but they're now into the open field here. We know Tamashi likes a good choke, and Bella Ella now wrapping on the western side as well. Catching them on dismount. It's going to be a full deletion here, as they didn't have skills up Shozen.
No, they didn't, and they dismounted rather than letting them get, you know, forcing these guys to dismount them. It would have allowed them to at least have their skill there, but we saw at least 5 people demount right into the heart of Elevate, which is the worst way to do it.
Yep, and Tamashi there just walking right over a glacial, very slow movement. Defensive wind wall coming out, but it's not going to stop the push. The next wave comes in onto Bella Ella. Only the front line going to get tickled here. Nice defensives, though, coming out. 1 or 2 members will drop, though, on that play. Looks like the next wave escalation now coming in as they are rotating their cooldowns in a circle at the moment. Tamashi, then escalation. I believe Lost Legends will come in third, and then Tamashi right afterwards. So Trap need to be careful. They need to make sure they're split and using different sets of cooldowns as well. Browdo Fury coming in stacked on the western side. Remember, that can now be reflected by Demon Armor as of today. Look at these clumps coming in. Nasty deletions. No defensive locus at all there for Trap. What was that? I do not know. As the second wave comes in over the northeast side. And look at this escalation now wrapping around on the western side. DIOR are playing very well with their cooldown rotations here, Shozen.
Yeah, they are very, very good at this. They're one of the best at just separating their cooldowns into multiple waves and just making very effective use of this. I was talking with Angelique yesterday about DIOR, and I brought up the fact that it seems like they have extra support players compared to everybody else. And he says he examines their group, and that is not the case. They're just better.
Yeah, I would say so as well. I've seen a couple of their party setups before as well. It seems like they just have a lot more ballsy players when it comes to supports. They know positioning, they know where to stand. They are very confident in them getting support as well if they need it. So heals and other defensives coming in, they know it's going to be there, so they don't care, and they don't really care about dying. Looks like Tamashi, though, DIOR going to carry on pushing up the road here. It's going to be a nasty little choke point. Noob Slayer right in the middle of the engagement here. DIOR going to lose quite a few members on the return, but they're going to be able to stabilize. We're talking about defensives, and they are down. And now the turn coming in. Look at that eastern clump. CC, though, not going to be able to keep those boys locked in place. Bella Ella wrapping around on the northwest side. Tamashi focusing the east. It is chaos here in Flamog Fork. But look how many, they're just moving. People are just
doing
moving.
a great
There's
job
no
of
lock
keeping
in place,
people
Shozen.
alive. They've only lost a few people from this group, 4 people from this group so far. That is, oh, sorry, yeah, 4 people from this group so far. Absolutely fantastic defensive plays by DIOR here. Though I'm starting to see a lot of them start to fall now, Robin. I feel like I may have spoke a little bit too soon.
The curse of the caster comes in. Tamashi getting clumped and dumped here as a wraparound comes in. Bella Ella coming from a choke point on the western side. Their front line's going to pay the price for that play, but it was a nice engagement nonetheless as another couple members of DIOR dwindled down. Cluster Q's now reactivated as well. Remember, that hideout down in Thunder Rock Drool allows Trap to return pretty easily.
I'm sure they're doing that too, because they have definitely been losing more in these engagements, but they're keeping their numbers up. And that's really what seems to be allowing them to keep this push onto Tamashi here. But we're about to see a Bella Ella get deleted here. That's just, yeah, bye guys. That is clear. When you are streaming like that and your midline is available to Tamashi, he's going to take that shot. You guys are lucky you only lost 3.
Yeah, and that's a pretty good showing, shall I say, for the audience at home that don't know about elevation and viewing points. Like Tamashi had a elevated viewing angle, so he could see Bella Ella come in before Bella Ella could see him, and that was able to open up the play. And look how messy
look at all those dead
here.
Escalation players up to the northeast, Robin. That means that there was a very effective push by Trap right now. They need more of those if they want to win this fight. And I just don't know how many they have in them, as this DIOR team is very effective at absorbing a blow.
Yep, and look at that, absorbing the eastern side there. Escalation going to be soaking up that play. It looks like Trap, though, do have another wave of DPS coming in, but the return comes in big. Deletions coming in on that clump on the eastern side. Another wave of reinforcements coming in. The Rats playing a little bit of a spitting game on the backline there, causing chaos for DIOR, unfortunately. Big Camland into the armor pierce, into the DPS, but the locusts and defensives down here, elevating, losing not a single person on that play. Fahrenheit looking to engage as the pressure continues on the western side. Tamashi going for a walk, it seems like, right into the back lines of Hara and Fahrenheit as the clumps continue. Not a lot of DPS though on that follow-up. It looks like this eastern side is applying the pressure on the back lines.
If you want to hear about some DPS, you got to see what's been happening over here with the Gringos versus Zorn, as Lugsy just fell to Bertle Q and the Gringos over here in Skylake Bridge. I mean,
I believe we do
very
have that
effective
on the second
DPS
monitor.
in that engagement. It's already over, I believe, as the homies are sweeping through the remainder of Valen.
Ooh, and we've seen that rivalry been going on for a couple of weeks now. Ogilvy wants members of the POE Alliance switching sides and joining Zorn, and that's been a little bit of beef happening for the last couple of weeks. So, yeah, I expect that to carry on into tomorrow. Back into the action here, though, as DIOR and Trap are still engaged fully, as Cluster Q now has been deactivated because that's how many people have died here in this fight, and it looks like DIOR are still in a very good spot, considering I believe they're heavily outnumbered fighting against 3 guilds. The push continues up the hilltops towards some choke points, and this is where DIOR comes into a world of their own. They utilize the choke points. They know when to engage and when not to engage, and it looks like Trap are getting cleaned up here.
It's getting cleaned up at this point. I don't see a force. Yeah,
No,
I don't see a. They look like they're regrouping, but it's to the west. There is a regroup, and I'm gonna try to find this what looks like to be a regroup on the east. Okay, actually, Trap is fighting on the west, and I don't. Are they just fighting? Are they fighting rats again?
Nah, it's Lost Legends group. Tomashi, though, is coming in as the sweeping engagement. They're going to get caught off guard as they go for a choke point here. Bella Ella going to lose tremendous numbers here as DIOR just charged through the choke point. Even the return engagement onto Tomashi's front line was non-existent, and the reflection...
There's a group of Trap just leaving. There's a group of Trap leaving while another group of Trap is engaging. This is not good communication here. I just saw a level 2 bubble leave out of the zone. I stalked them over there, and they left out of the zone while the rest of their team was getting murdered.
Yeah, I think it's GG here. The only people left are the rats, and there's a lot of rats here.
This is a massive group of rats here. Ouchie.
They just keep coming. It's literally a tier 1, maybe tier 2 blob of just pure rats in the zone.
Impressive, to say the least.
Oh.
You know it's a bad sign when the rats are causing the cluster queue.
Yeah. The rats come in really good gear because they need
they're gonna stay. They're gonna
queue.
stay. Yeah, they're gonna be the ones to get in. Your guys aren't, because they're not bringing ZVZ gear. They're bringing I'm pushing IP gear, and they don't really even care what it is. They're just like, this is something I picked up earlier today. I'm never gonna use it, but it's got high IP. Thank you.
Exactly, and once they're in, they can enjoy the loot bags that get left behind, because obviously if you're combat looting in ZVZ, you're probably going to end up dying and get punished for it. So a lot of these rats right now, just look at this, like, it's just rats everywhere. Like, Tomashi's walking down the road and I'm just seeing more rats. Like, they just keep coming. It's insane. But congratulations to DIOR, and a very enjoyable fight to watch.
I want you to come over here to Thunder Rock Draw if you can. Head over to Syndic real quick, and then hop over to this hideout where it looks like Trap is coming out of the hideout and PoE is just sitting around it. Now, this hideout is actually vulnerable for another 50 seconds, but nobody has bothered to attack it. They're just killing the guys coming out.
Yeah, so this is the hideout that Bella Ella was placing yesterday that got into a level 1. Bala Ella actually held on to the territory today that was under attack by POE. So POE can't actually attack the hideout here. They are killing the people that were returning to the fight southeast, though. That's why they were sitting outside the hideout. Yeah, returners come in. Looks like they are going to push territory and try and claim themselves some free loot bags, but
Maybe get another attack off tomorrow, because once they control the territory, they can once again swing.
yep, already done. It's already been launched on CIR, and Scoia'tael already launched for tomorrow at 1800. So confirmed content once again. And I want to go out on limb and say DIOR will be showing up as well. So another 3-way battle to be expected here in Thunder Rock Draw. Obviously, if POE are able to secure the territory, they will start launching and removing shields onto the hideout. It is under construction to go into a level 2 hideout, obviously, to gain more shields here. And that is going to be finishing leveling up in 1 day, 0 hours. So I don't know if it falls on at 1800 UTC or if it falls after at 1820. I'm not 100% sure.
I think it's at 1820. Like, so 18 to 1820 is, I think, where it's going to be leveling up.
Yeah. So even if POE do remove a shield tomorrow, it's going to regain another 3 shields because it will level up to a level 2.
Well, I think it just leveled up to a level 2.
No, it's still under construction. If you click on the little banner at the front, it tells you.
All right. Yeah, I was when it was still in phase, and it was telling me that it was under the final phase there. So I guess that, yeah. All right. Just read it wrong. My bad.
Right. There's a lot of words on that screen.
There's so many words. So many words.
It looks like that's going to be the content here today. Trap aren't going to zone out of here. There's no way, because they lose bubble literally within, was it 5 meters of the door here? So it would just be suicide.
Yeah, I'm hearing that that's a thing that people are hoping gets changed sometime, because they're saying that now that the channel is active, the original goal of that, which was to prevent the hideout hopping that you saw, that was preventing a lot of open world ganking and just making the world very safe, it's no longer fulfilling that role. And what it's doing is just making the ability to defend a hideout non-existent. Like, if you're in a hideout and you're trying to get out to defend it, you can't. There's just no way to regroup. And the only way to defend that hideout currently is to spawn in another location and then come back.
Yep. I think it'll be a good change for hideout bubble increase to, was it normally like 20-30 meters?
30 meters, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I would say same as the door, or even slightly different, so that you could even say more closer to what like a portal would be, where you can go invisible and not be seen when you're outside of your hideout within, like, I don't know, the first 5 meters, and then after that maybe a bubble, so that you get some kind of a way to get away, especially when defending right now, because it's so easy to camp a hideout with a large group of players and then whack it without them being able to come out. And you'd think that the defender in these situations would have an advantage, but currently with the mechanics involved in hideouts, that is not the case. And we all want to see people be able to be killed in the open world. We don't want to see a safety situation where it's just too safe to gank. But we also don't want to see a situation where it's so unsafe you can't even defend your hideout, even if you have a larger force, because you can't get them out. You don't have skills, then you lose bubble.
And you can't move around.
Right, you're effed. Like, you lose your bubble before you gain skills.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very rough predicament to be in. And with a number of the skills that people are using, you can't even leave with a mount. Your mount is taken down, like, say, by Bridal Fury. So it is pretty rough out there for hideout defense, and I hope to see some kind of change in the future, as that has been the biggest complaint that I've actually heard for the Lands Awakened. I hear very, very, very few complaints about the Lands Awakened, and that is the singular one that keeps coming up from everybody I talk to who plays the Outland.
Yep, and then the other one, obviously, reverting the changes to territory banks, so you can place everything inside of the territory bank.
Yeah.
So you're actually able. So say if you're out gathering with your group, like you're in your zone, you're gathering, and someone's like just comes in and starts mage raiding your zone. You have to go back to your hideout to bank your resources, because you can't bank your resources
in the tower. Right.
You're not.
That should
you don't
be
want to
changed
fight
again.
when you have like a couple mil worth of resources.
No. And you should be you should always be encouraged to defend that territory in every situation. Outmanned, outgunned, every time. You should be like, I have guards. I want to do this. Now, oh fuck! If I do this, I'm going to lose 2 mil if I die. On top of my gear. And that's too rough. That's a change that should be made as well.
Yep.
Look at us being all pro player, Robin.
Look at us. Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. Alrighty though. I think that's going to be the end of the war report though. It seems like actually Bella Ella just oh no, this is Trap coming into Bella Ella now. Alright, yeah, it looks like this is going to be the end of the war report for us here. Do we have any other shows coming up today?
Yes, we do. At 19 UTC, we have an interview on The Daily Show. I will be speaking with Angelique of Reject Party.
Alrighty, and any juicy info in this one? What are you guys going to be talking about?
Well, I will say this. I actually interview him this time, which is a change. So, very different than some of our more recent interviews. The back and forth conversation.
Nice.
Yep. And I didn't even have to record it afterwards. It's recorded during it.
Even better.
Though we did have to record it twice because I did fuck it up the first time I recorded. So he was kind enough to meet me yesterday morning early before I started streaming, and we re-recorded it again. So if it sounds like maybe the emotional level isn't quite there, it's because we're literally telling each other things we told each other the day before.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I had to reinstall Windows, and all my settings were borked.
Yeah, that's never a fun time when you gotta reinstall the Windows.
That registry, Robin. Like, have you ever tried to rebuild a registry and have it work?
Nope.
Why did they even give you the option?
I don't know.
Here's 4 hours of your life you're never going to get back, and it's just going to make you more frustrated when you spend the next 4 hours installing. Enjoy.
Technology. Fun times. All right, though. We're going to be off air for about 15 minutes, so if you want to check out any of our past shows here from AOTV, you can do on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/AlbionTV, where you can find all the 5v5, 20 versus 20 Crystal League coverage, along with all the war reports and Invasion Day battles. We got the daily shows and interviews, but if you're looking to listen to the interviews, maybe in a different format, say MP3 on the way to work, on the way home from work, on the way to school, who knows, you can. Where can they find that too, Shozen?
They can find it over on soundcloud.com/AlbionTV, or any place they listen to podcasts by simply typing in Albion TV into their search bar. If they do that, they will be greeted with over 100 interviews featuring some of the most interesting and charismatic individuals in all of Albion Online, as well as members of the Sandbox Interactive Development team. So if you're out there and you're interested in maybe learning about the history, the politics, or how the game was made, head over to soundcloud.com/AlbionTV and check out those interviews.
Alrighty, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Stick around for the daily show coming up in 15 minutes time. Gold codes will be given away during that show as well, as we're not on a delay. But until then, have a glorious evening. Adios.